Welcome back, ECC. Week 2, fantasy football show. Trying to knock this out tonight, get this done and over with. So much stuff's happening in this league so fast. It's hard to keep up. With the trade, another trade. This one went through. Talk more about that as it comes up. We had some good games this week. Enjoyed watching actually the NFL solo. I think it was on Sunday. Yeah, I got to watch pretty much the whole day. It was nice. Haven't got to do that in forever. Usually baseball or something else happening for some reason other than football. That I'm so glad. I think that's why I won all 3 of my fantasy leagues. I don't know about you guys, but it paid off for me. DraftKings, $44, I think. I had to bet 30, so I really only got positive like 8 or 12, or something like that. But I made all my money back, and I was in the positive. So I think I got the formula down. If you guys really want to know how it works, I'll talk to you on the side. I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but I will teach you how to get in the positive almost probably 75% of the time. That's what I'm working with. I don't think I've lost money in a while. But anyways, in any case, let's not talk about me too much. What game did I pick first? Nomads. Actually, too, what I did is I went and checked the matchups for next week for you, Widmark. So that way I can get it correct on who's playing who next week. You know, I'm playing the Wolverines, and I've already predicted who's going to win or lose, just like I did last year. So I try to give more involvement. But anyways, first game I picked was Nomads. He took the turds. I took on the turds, the floating or swirling in a bowl. Graham, I haven't heard from you in a moment on the text messages, or you haven't changed your team name yet. We'll see what happens. I know you have, oh yes, Mahomes. Oh my God. I don't know how you lost. Oh yeah, because you sat him on the bench and you played Wilson, but you didn't know. You didn't know that's going to work. The Miami Stallion, though, Nomads, he did it with, let's see, I think Roethlisberger? Yeah, 62 points, 62 or 67.25 points for the Roth. Rest of the matchups were pretty much even. Pretty much you guys had within 5 or 10 points. That's what it was. Within 5 or 10 points of the rest of your teammates, like 12 to 15 or 20 to 10 or 15 to 18. Some bullshit like that. I think special teams were pretty much even. What else? Quarterback. That's what it was. 36-point swing. So Russell Wilson tonight for you, Graham. If you would have played Mahomes, who had probably, was it 60 again? Some crazy, absurd number. Would have, I think, did it. So play Mahomes from now on. Trade one of them. Or get rid of Wentz. Actually, he's coming back this week. So watch, you could have 2 60-plus point quarterbacks in the next week. Wilson's no way. Now that Baldwin's out, you might as well just trade Wilson or get rid of him. But I like your team. I don't know how you lost. Maybe change it up. Dumpster fire. Spark it up. So good job, Brian. Guys are both 1-1. It's still early, so that's probably not going to happen or last long. My team, I think, is what I would do next, just to get out of the way. Wasn't a very spectacular game. Rob, I think you would have won if Zerline didn't hurt his nutsack, his groin. I don't know what he did. He must have slipped in the locker room. I didn't even read much on it. I didn't really have him in any leagues, so I didn't care. So, but that, would I be by 187 to 161? So like 16 points. That's Zerline every night, basically, on his 50-yard kicks. He kicks a ton. You could have probably beat me. It would have been a way closer game. I just, had you here. I didn't limp at all. Actually, I did get a little limp. 187, that's not enough. I think I would have lost to 4 of you other guys, maybe 5 of you. All went over 200 points, especially Danny. But Diggs, I think he's the one that got me in this game. 43 points. What did you do, Rob? Let me check out real quick. Pretty good. 45 points for you from Ryan. That's probably the only thing you did. that was spectacular. Matt Ryan is not going to give you 45 points every game, so you got lucky there. I actually sat him in my other league for Phillip Rivers because I didn't trust him, but you got lucky. That wide receiver difference, though, if you go back and look, I had 50, I think I looked, 56 points. You had 35. That's 21. And I beat you by less than that. So that's the difference. My wide receivers, T.Y., Julio, who Matt Ryan, with all those points, didn't even give Julio a lot. He had the weakest of my 3 wide receivers. So Diggs, 43 of the 56. So the other ones didn't even barely do anything. So in any case, my team won. You know, I'll kick ass. Zerline sucked it. Special teams both sucked for us. I think I had 7 combined points. You had 10. So maybe if your special teams too, if you had a good defensive score or a game with your Zerline, that's probably where you would have won. So special teams do count in fantasy, at least in our league, when it comes down to these shitty low-scoring games. But hey, I'll take 2-0. I'll take that all day. Rob, I think you're 1-1 now. You know, but I'm not worried about it. You have still a good team. You just probably have to find a kicker for a moment. Today was it called the Black Monday or some crazy shit? 2 kickers, 3 kickers got fired. I have to find one in one of my other leagues. I'm firing Boswell. He sucked. He should have been fired, Pittsburgh. You should have cut him. He may be cut next. Zeke, solid effort, 28 points for shitty-ass Cowboy team. Before I forget, you were correct, Graham. I don't know why I picked Zeke. I screwed up. I should have went somewhere else. But hindsight's 2020. You know, whatever. He still had good 28 points for a shitty ass team. So moving right along. Waiver wire. You were the next one. This might be. I mean, you're 2-0, but that big trade, it might be a good time to go into it. That Widmark, I know. On paper, I get it on paper. The 1-3-5 or whatever you put down, and the 3-5-11 or some weird shit. Marshall, I know, wasn't even drafted, so he's just an add-on. I'll explain more in a minute, but for his game, he's getting, what was it again? What did he play again? Blaze. You win, Mark. I know you're probably pissed because he beat you this week in the game. That he has this trade, which looks like he's getting even stronger. He didn't beat you, I guess, by a lot, but enough to make it on paper an ass whooping. I mean, 215 to 172. What was it again? Rivers, the whole Charger combo. Lucky, that's not going to happen every week. This week, too, against the Rams defense, it's not going to give you the 75, 80 points, 90 points you've been getting with those two. He had 72 of the 215, Gordon and Rivers. Don't think that's going to happen again this week against the Rams. So just bad matchup for you, Widmark. Gordon and Rivers, I think, though, were the 2 best from... Oh, Juju. That's what it was. Juju. He got you. 30-some points, I think, from him. 31, yep. And to your Antonio Brown's 15. That's gotta just hurt. You picked Antonio, first round? You're the guy with the draft boards. You know all our draft picks. First round, and where's Juju? Probably like 10th. So he doubled your points. That sucks. Tight ends, too. Ingram to your Doyle. He had like 11 to 4. So bottom line, those are where he killed you. Those points right there, those extra few were big difference. You know, not the little ones like on that earlier game I was talking about, the evenly won matched up. That trade, though, only time will tell. So, Bell, if he comes back this Rumorville week 10, that means Eric's counting on him making the playoffs. Our job, ECC, is to not let him make the playoffs. So then it won't even fucking matter when he has him in those last couple weeks. He won't have enough to get in. So who cares? Now let's just say he is in and he gets him. It's going to hurt to have those monster running backs he has. But we're assuming that Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper are going to play like all stud, all pro forever. Amari Cooper has David Carr. He's Mr. Drops, Mr. Butterfingers. He's known for it. He's not what you guys, I guess, what Widmark, is seeing on paper as a high draft pick, in my eyes. He's lower than what he got drafted. the Devontae Adams, still great receiver. Rodgers, if you saw, was wearing the the gigantic knee thing. I mean, he almost got hit at the end too many times. As long as he just stands there stationary and from the shotgun or whatever, spread out offense is gonna be okay. But it's not. It's still playing with fire. So who knows if Devontae Adams is going to be the number one for as long as that, whatever. He's still taking a high risk, high reward, like I've said in the text. Andy is, I guess, not wanting to give up. As I look at it more, he wants to win. He wants players. He otherwise has to sit Bell on the bench for fucking forever. So he's getting Coleman, yes, just for a rental for a few weeks, but he has Devontae Freeman. So basically now he can rotate whoever's healthy. The other players, I mean, like I said, Gordon's not Randy Moss, but later in the couple weeks, maybe he pays off dividends when Coleman comes out for that slot position. He needs time to learn the playbook, though, but it is a big risk. I don't remember. Marshall has technically got more. I mean, he didn't get the big play that Lockett got tonight, but he's getting scores. So, looks, he had like 6 targets, 4 catches, 44 yards. Nothing major, but if that was in the end zone or goal line, he might have got a touchdown. Or the red zone, red zone. What else? I can't remember the third or the fourth player at the moment for some reason, because they are pretty shitty. Oh, Lamar Miller. Not a very good player. Like, he's not a stud, but he's just a back that he can put in against someone other than Le'Veon Bell sitting on the fucking bench. So, I get it. That's why I let this one go through over Randall Cobb straight up for Le'Veon. This one had a little bit more dynamics. That's the reason, Woodmark and everybody else in the ECC who actually cared or didn't care on why I let this one go through. To be honest, you guys could trade it back if you want, but I ain't going to let it go having it through again. If you also look, they play each other this week, and now Eric is short players. He's going to be hurting if he doesn't put those two guys in. He's pretty much evenly matched with his brother. So we'll see in my matchup review at the very end what I pick on that one. But otherwise, good game, Weaver. Good game, Eric. Might be your last win for a couple weeks. Wolverines, as you see, I haven't picked a game of the week. That's always my last one. But Wolverines, you're my next game. You're not the game of the week. In my Red Dawn special, as always, this time you tore it up and won 200 points back-to-back weeks and actually won, like you probably should have won last week. You played D's Nuts, which didn't take much. You probably could have won with a couple of your guys on the bench because you didn't have Le'Veon Bell and you have your first round. You have pretty much like 3 first-rounders. 214 to 137. But almost, 20 more points. You could have just 100-point them. Cousins, great pick right there. 65 points. I foresee that a few times this year. He's going to be like the Watson of last year. He's got Diggs, Thielen, Cook, Rudolph. He can just throw it around. And then the other fillers. I mean, just give Thielen and Diggs 100 yards each game. Cook, 30 to 40 if he's in with Murray. Rudolph 40 to 50. I mean, he's gonna have like 300 yards easy. So if he throws those 40-yard bombs, I'm scared of your team, which I'm playing this week. Got it right, Woodmark. And the other players that I looked at on this, I mean, there was nothing good for you, Andy. I mean, Burkhead, Williams, you had the wrong Charger. Again, they all had really under, bad weeks, mediocre. This trade may help you. I mean, I think your team looked a little stronger actually once I looked at your team. You have a lot of just B squad, B players, a lot of them, maybe C squad too, but I want to give you a little bit more. It's not that bad, but good effort with 137. 0-2, 1-1 for Charlie. Solid effort all around, though. It was Diggs, I'm pretty sure, on my team who benefited you from Cousins from your 65 points, so I thank you for that as well. I think the rest of your team, I didn't really look. It's just they all did awesome. I mean, they all did really solid. I think you're one of the guys that didn't have anybody that was under 10. except for your kicker or something. Something like that. One of you guys out there had an awesome team. Or maybe it's Danny. That's probably Danny. He had 230 some points. He would have beat your ass too, Wolverines. So wait till you play me next week. We'll see how that goes. The tater salad is the game of the week. I mean, he came to the picnic ready to eat. Chad, you did not. I mean, you're hurting. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're my bro, but I don't mind if you lose. That's one of my notes. Danny, you were over all your players except for your kicker was over 10, and I think he even had 8. So 230 some odd points. It was 236 to 204. You pretty much destroyed him in every category that was needing to be beat. Like, because you had just enough points. Because he had 204. I mean, he could have beat most of us. Beat me, beat Rob, Andy, whoever else scored under 200 points. The little guy. Nomads, I think, too, right? Graham. So you could have beat a lot of people, but not Danny. Hicks, was it Hicks or no? Mixon. Yeah, you lost him for 2 to 4 weeks. That sucks. So hopefully that allows you to lose next week. Because I want you all to lose because I need to gain ground. I want to get like a 2 or 3 game lead going into the play like week 10. So that way I can start to slack off maybe. My team is built on luck. But in any case, the what I was looking at, Gurley Chad, he went out with the cramps. 3 touchdowns though, still had tons of points. Can't blame him. Breida, I do want to use this as an example of paper. On paper, the analysts, the mags, all over the place, I had heard Morris was going to be better. There was probably a few Breida lovers out there too, but more on the Morris side. I was completely wrong. Like on the other thing earlier with Zeke, Breida destroyed with the 37-point game, and you still lost. So I eat my at least words there that he's a good player. Hopefully, moving forward, he does that again with Gurley and Watson to Fuller. Fuller came back. See, that's what I mean. You had 204 points. You probably would have won most weeks, but he just is a little bit better. He had Hunt come through this week. McCaffrey played like they were supposed to. I mean, before Mixon went down, Cam, 50 points. When you have like 5 or 6 guys click and you only have like 3 or 4, it's going to be the other guy by that much, the 30 points that he beat you. So, bad matchup basically on that whooping. It is what it is. So, for game of the week, great scoring. You guys had 440 combined. So I like that. I like big scoring instead of 200 combined. That's why we have this league with the high scoring. I don't like standard Yahoo. I mean, anybody can play that. You can play free ones all day. What I did look at too is the matchups is real quick. And I'm playing the Wolverines. Yahoo asked me by 8. This is what we have right now. You guys are going to change out lineups, add players, not add players, whatever. But just for this very second, I still pick Wolverines to beat me. Team looks better on paper to me, and I just have a feeling he's going to do it. Swirling in the Bull versus Big Blaze. I think it was Blaze by 6 on paper. As of right now, or by Yahoo, as of right now, I pick Big Blaze to win. But if, Graham, you put in Mahomes, I actually probably pick you. But with Wilson, no way. I have Blaze all day there. At this point, D's Nuts versus Waiver Wire. This is a good one. I'm going with D's Nuts. Even though he probably wouldn't win week 11 or something, week 12 maybe. If Bell comes back right now, I'm going to beat your bro. That's what I think, at least. Because Coleman, he's playing again next week. You already have Lamar Miller in. You have enough players. Gordon, you got to get Gordon now. I don't know what the hell you're thinking. He's going to get 12 snaps. You could be better getting off the waiver wire right now. I could be wrong on that one, but I do not think I am. If you look at history, Belichick does not just oh, let me just sign this guy and put him in real quick. I mean, look at Ocho Cinco. He's using Moss from one analyst example because Gordon's so athletic and fast and blah, blah, blah. But the last few wide receivers they've brought in have not just panned out and studded out like he has. No one has. That was a record year. I remember that. I had Brady and Moss that year too. Destroyed that league. I went undefeated, okay, and then I lost in the playoffs. But anyways, get him out. D's nuts over waiver wire as is right now. Nomads, tater salad. I'm actually going Brian. Yahoo has him by 13. I need you to lose, Danny, so that's another reason. Brian, I'm going Brian. But I think on paper, I like this team a little better at the moment. The Gurley in a cup, or two Gurleys in one cup. Chad, I can't pick because I love Tyreek Hill and Alvin Kamara. Those are like two of my faves right now, and they're also making me destroy in my other league. Orgasm, picking you, Rob, all day. You're all by paper, right 8 on with Yahoo's projected thing right now. But again, you guys are going to change out guys. Anybody can win. This is just who I pick. So, we've got Charlie, we got Widmark, we got Andy, we got Brian, we got Rob. So we'll see if that actually is correct. So till next time, we'll see you, ECC.